understand why we treat each other in this way.
All right, hey girls. Okay, y'all, so I am waiting on my Instacart order, guys. I have never ordered with Instacart before, but because I've never ordered with them, they sent me like a $10 credit like to order. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. This is like such a new experience for me, you know. So we got that going. I guess the guy should be here in a little bit, but we probably gonna meet him downstairs. You know what I'm saying? So I heard on Instacart, it's never like the guys don't do like as much, you know, they don't do the grocery shopping as well as the girls do, but we're gonna find out because I ordered some produce. Y'all know I love vegetables and stuff like that. So but it was just a little bit more convenient for him to bring the stuff to me given the current circumstances. But anyway, girls, y'all, I've been keeping up with the Diddy trial, and there's a girl that's testifying against him, and he was paying her rent. I guess her rent was like $10,000 a month, and you know, she had to be a part of all of the salacious things that they were doing. And so they had to read her messages and stuff in court. One of her messages, she was saying that she was hurt. I don't know if this was a message or I don't know if it was an actual conversation that I'm trying to think if this was a message or not. She talked about how she was hurt because he had taken someone else to like the place she had always wanted to go, which I believe was Turks and Caicos. But anyway, so she was sad about that, and she was jealous of the person that he actually took. And the lady that's on the stand, from what I understand, she had everything she needed to be successful in her own right. She had you know what I'm saying? She was well spoken. She was a beautiful woman. She had everything she needed to have her own success. I think maybe she just wanted a lifestyle that she didn't feel that she could create. So, you know, she fell into the trap of dealing with the diddler. So I say all of that to say to all of my young baby bombshells, guys, it is so important that you have your own money. I have had to learn the hard way, like when you don't have your own money, people will mistreat you. And when I say people, I am talking about men. Now, let me say this. Somebody did jump down to the comment section and they was like, oh Lord, that's all does everything have to be about a man? Everything have to be about a man? No, everything is not about a man, but I'm always going to speak from my own experiences. And when I didn't have the knowledge to get me through life's college, you know, I just didn't know. And so I had to go through some things to kind of learn. And I'm willing to share my experiences if that's, you know, going to save somebody else out there. So anyway, I went a little too thick on this eyeliner. But anyway, so it was at one point in my life where, you know, I didn't have my money together. I was unexpectedly laid off. Prior to getting laid off, I had just, you know, lost 100 pounds. My cute little body was so new, and all I wanted to do was shop and shop and shop. And all my money went to ASOS. And so prior to me losing weight, I was always a really big saver, but being thin was so new to me. So girl, I had went down to ASOS every chance I got and had spent up my money. So by the time I had gotten laid off, I had only $1,200, girl, in my savings account. So at the time I was dating someone, and you know, things were good because, you know, I was having my own money. I wasn't not asking him for anything, but once I got laid off, he was like, you know, I'll help you, you know, whatever. He did help me with, baby, and when I tell you, every single dime that he helped me with, he made me feel some type of way about it, or he wasn't nice to me. You know, he wasn't necessarily nice to me. And at the time, you know, I was just in a really vulnerable place. And so I hated having to ask him for help. So I ended up working at this volunteering at this ministry close to my house. And I just did that because I needed to pass the time while looking for a job. Well, then I found out that at this ministry, big companies donated food to them. So you had Sprouts, Trader Joe's, you know, all of these big companies would donate food to this particular place. Girl, I literally started volunteering. I was helping people, but I was also going to volunteer because I knew that I would be able to get groceries and get food and stuff without nobody making me feel guilty. And so that's what I did. And so anyway, I say all of that to say, girls, please just have your own money. If a guy wants to do something nice for you, buy you things or whatever, that's cool. But don't ever get in a situation where somebody's helping you and they're using that to hold it over your head, because it just doesn't feel good. So anyway, once I ended up getting another job, y'all, I saved so aggressively, girl. Before I know it, I think I might have saved $10,000 in 3 months, because I never wanted to have a guy ever make me feel that way again, or ever, you know what I'm saying, try to hold something over my head. So anyway, the battery's about to die. But anyway, y'all, let me wait for this guy to bring the Instacart, and then I'll give you guys a call back. If I am looking stressed, if I am looking tense, it is because I am, and I have been working tirelessly just trying to get my life back on track, and I have absolutely been dealing with a lot of neck tension, a lot of tension in my upper shoulders, and so that is why I am so glad to announce Bob and Brad being the sponsor for today's video. So guys, our friends at Bob and Brad sent us over this neck massager, and it was right on time. So basically what this does, it targets each individual muscle group in your neck, in your shoulders, and it does wonders. So this device does have 3 different buttons. So we have the power button, we have the heat button, and then we have the intensity button. So the way that you put your device on is basically lift it up exactly the way that I did, and then you can take and snap the straps behind your back. I strongly encourage that you secure it by holding the straps down exactly the way that I am. What I'm gonna do is take the intensity down just a little bit. When you take the intensity down a little bit, you just reach over and hold the button down for about 2 seconds, and it just basically lightens everything up. Of course, I'm gonna keep the heat activated, but if you don't wanna keep the heat activated, again, you just control everything with the button and it does stop the heat. I'm gonna strongly encourage that you do it with the heat, because it just makes the massage that much better. Not only is it a game changer, it is a necessity, and it's probably gonna become a part of one of the things that I do just for wellness. Guys, what I'm gonna do is make sure that I link all of the details in the description box below. Bob and Brad is gracious enough to offer us an additional discount code. I'll make sure that I link that below as well. Once again, I would like to thank Bob and Brad for sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and on to the vlog. All right, girls. Okay, y'all, so I got my groceries and it went pretty well. And actually, the guy who brought my groceries, y'all, he driving Infinity. He driving Infinity, and this was like, his Infinity was so nice. And so we started talking about cars, and so I told him the issue I was having with my car, and so he gave me the name of his mechanic or whatever. So I was like, well, I'm gonna try one more time, because you know, I've been looking at some videos and stuff or whatever, and some people have been saying like they were able to get their car fixed. Like mine is a control valve. So if any of the bombshells out there, if you guys have like a husband, brother, cousin, whatever, who, you know something about Infinities, can y'all please ask them like how much does it cost for a control valve to be fixed in a QX, what is it, a QX50 or whatever? Can y'all please ask, because I don't know any guys, to be honest with you, or whatever. So yeah, but anyway, I've been doing some research, and it's like I've been getting all these different prices or whatever, and so I was like, well, if it's gonna be under $2,000 to fix, we might as well keep the bombshell mobile. If not, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna try a couple of more quotes, and you know, if we can find something decent, I'll keep it. If not, you know, we just gonna pack her up and send her off. But I feel so proud of myself. Like, I really feel like I'm getting back into my savage mode, and maybe like not having not having transportation has pushed me back into my savage mode, because I did something that I never ever do, and I'm so proud of myself, y'all. I asked for help. Guys, I never ever asked for help. I did that, and then also, like, I don't know, I know this is just like weird, but and maybe this is just maturity, but guys, I'm starting to find gratitude in the weirdest thing. And I know that this has been like a not unfortunate circumstance or whatever, like making a choice to just not have a car. But when I tell you, for me, that's like one of my biggest flexes, like me literally just saying, you know what, fuck it, I don't care, like I just won't have a car. I feel so like, wow, like who would have thought, just like, you know what, let me back up for a minute. Y'all know that there is a book, and it's called The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I've never read the book, but I've heard about the book from this lady when I used to work at AT&T. And basically it's just, I guess, a book that teaches you just like how not to care. And when I tell you, it literally feels that way, because I feel like I just don't care. Another thing that I feel good about is the amount of love and support that I'm getting, because I am being vulnerable about my journey. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, like, I really did feel like nobody would want to see like content like this. Like, who wants to see somebody just, you know, their life is kind of, everything is scrambled up and kind of crazy, like who wants to see somebody? But obviously this is content that's obviously in demand, and it feels good to be able to not be shamed. You know what I'm saying? Like, not feel like you gotta pretend that shit is okay when it's really not. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, like, I have so much to be grateful for. Like, before I started driving Uber, y'all know that I had did the ride along with my little niece, and I saw how much money she made, but I was still kind of like scared to do it or whatever. But I was kind of going back and forth, like, damn, should I tell them like that I've tried Uber or whatever? And I think, like, when I saw how lucrative it was, I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that there had been a period of time that I hadn't uploaded, and in that time I was simultaneously doing the coaching, and then towards the end of the coaching I had kind of picked up the Uber driving, and it took off relatively fast. And so I think because it was so lucrative so fast, it wasn't nothing to be shamed about. Just seeing that there really is a way out if shit get real. You know what I'm saying? If it get real and, you know, your car is meeting the standard, you get out, you drive a little bit or whatever. But this journey really has helped me open up. It's really helped me not be ashamed and be able to tell my stories, good, bad, or indifferent. And it also made me realize, like, you know, when we know what kind of car I want. We all know I want the Acura RDX. But it also made me realize, like, that's okay. You know, if you're not in a position to have that right away, it's just not a big deal. You know, and so then just listening to these stories about people buying cars and buying things more than they can afford because they have to keep up a certain image has made me be perfectly fine with getting whatever. Y'all know how bad I used to be talking about them 1985 Buick LeSabres. Baby, let me tell you something. If them damn Buick LeSabres wasn't as big as they are, your girl would be riding one of them. I would be driving one of them. I literally just don't care. I don't care, because whatever it is, it's gonna look fly. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make it look fly. But it just amazes me, like, how when one thing happens, you feel sad about it, you feel defeated, but then it's like once you accept that this like thing of empowerment happens to you, I feel so empowered. I haven't felt this way in a long time, because I haven't had to make any tough decisions like this in a long time. And so I absolutely feel empowered. I feel unstoppable. I'm like, shit, it is what it is now. Like, it don't matter. And it just feels liberating. And so, you know, when we talk about, you know, keeping up appearances and images, and you done bit off more than you can chew, you got all of these things that, you know, you can't afford. Again, it was a lady on TikTok talking. She works at a car dealership, and she was talking about this one lady, and this lady came in and she had some type of, it's called an autobiography I don't know, girl, Range Rover, some kind of car. Y'all know I don't be knowing. But the car note is $1,800. And now, if you never listen to nothing I say again, listen to me on this. If you have gotten yourself in a situation where you've bitten off more than you can chew, and that can be in terms of a house, a car, whatever it is, an image, whatever it is, and you want to dial it back, but you fear what people will think, if the minute you let go of the fear and you make those tough decisions, I assure you, your friend group or whomever is around you, they will follow suit. You know, it's like if you take the first step, and you know, if you have to I'm not going to say send the car back, because we don't want any voluntary repossessions or anything, but if you got to go trade it in and go down lower, do it. Because what's going to surprise you guys, y'all, there are more people in trouble than you know. People just aren't willing to talk about that type of stuff. But because I've been doing research about credit, interest rates and stuff, y'all, there are people that are in a lot of financial trouble. And guys, it is not the people out there with the 600 credit scores. It's the people with the 750s, the 800s. It's the people with the higher credit limit or credit scores that are in the most trouble. And if you got to dial it back, or you feel like you got to start over, or you got to scale down or downsize, don't let a devil on earth or nor in hell stop you. I think like what I'm grateful for in terms of who I am is I never cared about my image as it related to just like having like the latest and the greatest like material things. Where I care about my image is being known as a thought leader, a truth teller, you know, a leader of my community, somebody positive. Those are the things that I care more about. So when it comes to image, yeah, I do care about that. Yes, I do care about how I look when I leave the house, how I present myself, how I articulate myself, and my knowledge level on where I deem myself as an expert. Yeah, I do care about that. But in terms of the kind of car I drive, when y'all met me, I was driving Old Bessie. When I first started this channel, me and Old Bessie was together. You know what I'm saying? And so Old Bessie would never just like the hottest, latest, and the greatest, because I just don't care about that. I just need something reliable. If you are in trouble, if you are in debt, if you are waking up in the middle of the night with your heart about to explode out of your chest, please do not be afraid to dial it back, downsize, do what you have to do to gain some peace. You know, because there is nothing worse than not being able to sleep at night, you know. And if you want to be able to swan, you know what a swan is? Sleep well at night. If you want to be able to swan, you got to figure a way out and how to get yourself out of all of this financial trouble. And then when the time comes, when it's time again for you to have those things, God will see fit that you do.
Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you in my life. Every time I try to go, something keeps pulling me back. Everything's gonna be alright. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you in my life. It was meant to be, you were meant for me, so that means we gotta make it. Have you ever loved someone so much you thought you'd die, giving so much of yourself? It seems the only way. Tell me what you want and I will give it to you. I try to leave, you keep putting me back. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. It's telling me I need you in my life. Something keeps pulling me back. And everything's gonna be alright. Telling me I need you in my life. It was meant to be, you were meant for me, so that means we gotta make it.
When I tell you it is freaking freezing in this house, oh my god, y'all, it gets so cold in here. Like at night, I don't know why it gets cold, but I have to literally turn the AC off, y'all. It is freezing. But anyway, so y'all, we hit over 17,000 subscribers. It feels like it took forever to hit 17,000 subscribers. That's number one. Number two, y'all, we got another Cash App. Bridget McDonald, she sent me a very generous yet unexpected cash app. So y'all, it's always a blessing, you know, to receive, you know, unexpected things from you guys, and I so appreciate it. I've been trying to think of something that I could do to like commemorate our 17,067 bombshells. So guys, we're almost at 17,100. So I've been practicing, like, I was like, what could I do? Because y'all have made fun of me when I be trying to dance. And so I'm like, well, they always make fun of me when I try to dance or whatever. So I was like, I want to do something really special. So I decided that I would do a very special performance by Lil Wayne. Okay, so let me do. I feel shy because y'all looking at me. I feel like I have to cover my face up because y'all looking at me. Let me try to get serious. I'm trying to get y'all stop looking at me. Y'all close y'all eyes because I don't want y'all looking at me. I'm shy. Okay. Weezy and baby, please. Okay, let me try to do it again. Weezy and baby, please. Okay. Weezy F baby, please. Okay, wait a minute. Let me try it again. Okay, I'm gonna try to stop laughing. Yeah. We. I'm making say, doing a buck on the latest drop. I got stopped by a lady cop. She got me thinking I could date a cop. Cause her uniform fitted so tight. She read up. She read me my rights. She put me in the car. She cut off all the lights. She said I had a right to remain silent. Now I got a highland, sounded like a siren. Talking about wee. I make her say, okay. Wait a minute, I feel I can't do it. It's making me mad. I don't feel like it sound right. Okay, let me try to. Okay, y'all, let me try another song. Okay, y'all. So we gonna do How to Love. Okay, so I think I got the words.
You had a lot of crooks try to steal your heart. Never really had love. Could never figure out how to love. How to love. You had a lot of moments that didn't last forever. Now you in the corner trying to put it together. How to love.
Okay, how did I do? Y'all, let me know if cause I be having to practice or whatever, but anyway, so let me know if I sounded like him or whatever. So I had to put a little auto-tune on that thing, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, girls, I think I'm about to watch a little bit of Love Island, but the only thing I hate about Love Island is them old dramatic musical scenes. And then I hate when they be like kissing after each other. I don't know why, but that is so disgusting to me. Like, they'll have the blindfold on them, then they'll have to kiss one person, then they'll kiss another person, and I'm like, that is so gross. And then you know, someone was like, well, what about a second interview? I said, look, it's not gonna be a second interview, because if you got 5 motherfuckers on the phone for an hour and a half and y'all can't come together and put all of them damn candy corn brains together and decide if I'm gonna be the one, it's not gonna happen. Shit. Like, I'm not finna do that. Why would you ask someone to have all of those interviews? Yeah, it's 5 of y'all with all the, and I've seen y'all last names. Everybody's from a different thought process and background. We got Jackson, Santos, Rivera. We have Willisburg. We have all these varieties of Polinsky. We have all of these last names. So we got the Polish man, we got the man from Ireland, we got the Spanish man, we got the Colombian man, we got the black lady from Memphis, Tennessee. Y'all should be able to. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me calm down, because I'm getting sweaty and I'm getting worked up. down to my chest and my breasts. I'm just irritated. I'm sorry. I know you just trying to help, friend. All right, girls, it's giving nerd, but that's okay. So I just had to take care of some business, guys. So I had a meeting, but prior to my meeting, I was kind of venting to my best friend, and we were just basically talking about transitional opportunities. I have 2 opportunities, and one of the opportunities, girl, I ain't gonna lie, I don't feel safe. It does not feel safe. It does not feel safe. And I don't want to be the straw of Houston. Y'all, if y'all know the Tyler Perry movie Straw, because it's giving that's what that job is giving. Yes, it's a corporate job. Yes, it's a in a very highfalutin neighborhood, but that's probably the best part about it. I don't have much knowledge in that industry, and yeah, it does not, I'm gonna leave it at that. It does not feel safe. Everybody that works there is more than likely friends with the tangerine drama queen, and given what's going on in Los Angeles, and you know, I live in Houston, obviously in Texas, this is a red state, and yeah, I don't want to see red every day when I go to work. So we talked about that, and you know, I was telling her one of the jobs that is a transitional job, I was talking to her about was like, I think sometimes we start thinking about interviews and stuff like this, but what we have to give people credit for is the same way we can fill them out is the same way they can fill us out. Like, I am not special. I don't possess some power that nobody can, you know, I'm not special in regards of like, I'm the only one that knows that I can pick up on things in terms of people's character and whatever. Everybody has that. Some people just aren't tapped into theirs as much. And so I was saying, like, you know, this is really a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may look at my qualifications and feel that I am too qualified, you know, and because they feel like I'm too qualified, I've been kind of doing my own thing for a while, that door may not open. And, you know, it's just one of those things you have to be prepared for. So anyway, yeah, so if there's anybody out there that is not wanting to take a transitional job, look, sis. If that account is getting low and money is flowing out more than it's coming in, you just might have to. You don't have to do it forever, and I wouldn't encourage that you do. But you just might have to do it for right now. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. And the reason why I say that is, guys, maybe not even 2 summers ago, we were talking, I was telling y'all, get your certification, do this. So if your company start tripping, you can get your shit and you can leave. I wouldn't dare give you guys that advice. I wouldn't dare tell anyone right now to leave your corporate job unless you know that you have at least a year of money saved up, because we don't know when things are going to change. We don't know what the future has in store for us. You know, we see that people that are currently, you know, in positions of leadership are allowing things to happen that I never thought would happen. So I'm not going to encourage you guys to do that now. And you know, it's just like, what a difference a year makes, what a difference a year and a half makes. You know, I never saw myself going back to corporate America, but I am big on security, and I'll do whatever I have to do so I can sleep well at night. Kind of what we was talking about yesterday. Like, I'm not gonna sleep well at night because I'm worried about, I have more flowing out than I have coming in. And I'll do whatever I have to do until I, you know, don't have to do it anymore. But if I can leave you guys with this before I hang up and get ready to edit this, I need to edit a sponsorship that I just did this morning. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that later. But anyway, I need to edit a sponsorship. But before I hang up with y'all, I'll say this: don't feel bad about taking a transitional job, but if you have to take one, make a plan. You know, you might have to scale back. You might have to stop spending so much, but take that 3 to 6 months of whatever you have to do and either use that as leverage to build and learn the industry that you're going into and then go on to something higher, or you use it so you can go on to do something else. But always have a plan anytime you're probably, you know, gonna do something that you don't want to do as far as it relates to work. But anyway, so I have a little bit of work that I need to do. Let me get some of this work out of the way and then I'll give you guys a call back. Hey girls. Okay, y'all, so I'm in the conference room. I just needed a little bit of a break. So I came down here this morning to get some coffee. When I tell you I don't have on, y'all, I don't have on a lick of makeup, not one stitch of makeup. But anyway, so I decided to walk down here. I stayed up last night working on these sponsorships, maybe till like 1 o'clock in the morning. I still want to add just a little bit more to one of them. So I'll go upstairs and do that in a little while. But girl, when I came down here, I had every intentions on, you know, showing y'all how I make my coffee and stuff. So got my coffee, but girl, the girls are downstairs. I'm sorry guys, the girls are downstairs in the lobby. So I ain't never seen the lobby this crowded. But anyway, y'all, I don't know. I have so many dilemmas that I'm trying to work through or whatever. I just be feeling like, do y'all feel like sometimes like God hits your reset button like every 10 years, 7 to 10 years? I feel like that, you know. I feel like my reset button has been hit, you know, I'm gonna say closer together. For example, mine was hit with the fire and now it's being hit now. And it just feels like, damn, I was used to a 7 to 10 year reset. Why am I getting a 3-year reset? Something that I do want to talk to y'all about is I met this guy, and we never went on a date or anything like that. So he had reached out to me like at the very beginning of when the car thing happened or whatever. And so I was just asking him if he knew anyone, you know, do you know anyone or whatever. So he referred me to a friend of his, but you know, his friend wasn't able to look at the car at the time. And then from that, I had just decided I would sell the car. So anyway, he called me last night, and I don't know, he was just like, well, maybe I can come pick you. Girl, this fool talking about maybe I could come pick you up just to get you some fresh air. And I was like, no, thank you. And I just let him know, like, you know, I just didn't want him to know where I live. You know, I just prefer that you not know where I live. And then he was like, I knew it. And then I didn't say anything because I'm going to be honest, my mind is on way more important things. So he just was like, I knew it, and all of this stuff or whatever. And so he was like, yeah, right now is a really busy time for me, you know. He was kind of positioning it like, you should definitely take this date with me or hang out with me because I'm about to get really, really busy and all of the things I'm gonna be doing or whatever. And then he was just like, you know, well, I've been wanting some barbecue really, really bad. Have you ever had barbecue? And I was like, so then I was honest with him. I'm like, listen, right now, I'm going through a transition. I'm trying to figure some things out, you know, with the car situation. I'm just not comfortable dating right now. That's just not something I want to do. And then he was like, yeah, you know, you're right. Because, you know, things are getting busy for me too. You know, even if I wanted to have sex right now, I couldn't. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I don't know. So anyway, y'all already know, baby, once he brought up sex, once he brought up the mattress mumbo, baby, I hurried up and got off the phone. So it just, I don't know. I was just, okay. Not that I expected him to do anything. I didn't expect him to be like, oh, I'll buy you a new car. I didn't expect anything like that. But I also didn't, you know what? Let me back up. Let me back up. Because I don't have any expectations of anybody, especially not a man or not these men. But I don't know. Okay. So what he was talking about was so far out of what I was talking about. And it made me think, like, number one, he doesn't know the full thing because I don't get on the phone and yap and tell men all my business. But more importantly, what I was thinking about was like, you know, it just makes me feel like he kept trying to, you know, the fact that he even brought up sex, it's like, you're going to figure out a way to say what you want without saying what you want. And you're going to figure out a way to make it feel like
it's an opportunity for me to get with you, because if I don't hurry up and buy, if I don't hurry up and buy, then this offer is going away soon, you know, for the low price of $19.99. That's what it was given. It was given cheap ass infomercial. So it was just so off-putting. Like, I just think for me, not that I was expecting him to be like, oh, well, I can pay for your car to get fixed. I wasn't expecting anything like that. But I also felt very I'm gonna be honest, just disgusted and extremely turned off for the fact of like you taking this opportunity to bring up sex. Like, you're gonna make sure you work sex into the conversation some kind of way. Even if it's you saying the lack of not having it, you're still gonna embed that in the conversation. And I was just so turned off. So of course we got off the phone, and that was pretty much it for me. But there is something to be said about a man that will know, like, you're trying to work through something, and the only thing he can offer is some damn barbecue, some barbecue and some sex. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm so glad for where I am in my life right now, because in the past I probably would have cussed him out so bad, but it wasn't even worth it. I had bigger fish to fry, but it was just very off-putting, you know. And he, before all of that, he was saying like, all of the pretty women and all of the attractive women don't be out, they be outside, and that's why I'm trying to get you outside. And I'm like, you know, like, it is no outside for me right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not an option for me. Read the room. I guess that's the whole point. I don't know. I just felt that's been on my mind since last night, and I haven't talked about it. So I just kind of wanted to get that off my chest a little bit, of like, even in the midst of, you know, trying to figure things out, certain people will only think about what serves them, and, you know, and try to figure out ways to slip it in. And I'm like, what was he expecting me to say? What do you expect me to say in regards to the whole sex thing? I was just so disgusted. But anyway, okay, hold on. So yeah, girl, I don't know, y'all. I was just so fucking disgusted. Like, it's a trip. But anyway, y'all, let me get the VIN number to my car. I found a guy that works for Infinity, and so he does work on the side. So he'll do stuff on the side or whatever. So I'm gonna see what he's talking about. He needs the VIN to my car. Let me get that, and I'm gonna call y'all back. Hey girls, all right y'all, so I have not talked to y'all in hours, guys. It is literally after 11 o'clock, and I'm just now picking the camera back up. And so between me talking to you guys this morning, a lot has happened. Okay, so number one, glory be to God. Can we give God all the praise and the glory? Y'all will not believe what happened. So I have a friend, and she had referred me to this guy that works at Infinity, and he's like one of the mechanical technicians. Y'all know, he's a mechanic technician. He works on cars. So she gave me his information, and I was so discouraged, because between being told that it was going to be $3,900 to fix the car, and then $7,000 to fix the car, and I was over it. And so something just told me to reach out to him today and message him. And I messaged him. I told him what was wrong with the car. And he quoted me, y'all. Y'all will not believe how much he quoted me. So he gave me a quote of $2,100. So $1,700 is for parts. It's like $1,772. So that's for all of the parts. And so I need a valve control body. I need a transmission gauge. I need 10 gallons of transmission fluid, so he's going to provide that. And then also it's one more part or whatever, so the parts are just those are $1,700. And then his labor is $300. And so I think this is like a 2-hour job, so he charges $150 an hour. And so yeah, we got that going. And then of course
he's gonna come by and look at the car Thursday. So it looks like we might be keeping we might be keeping old Bessie after all. So I'll just have to figure everything out. Once he gives me the final number, we'll just have to figure how to pay for everything after that. Another thing that happened is I ended up having a impromptu interview. Now impromptu interview, the interview went well. It was just someone, just kind of, telling me about a position. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I'm not excited about the position, but I am excited about the possibilities of getting into a different industry. So yeah, I'm excited about that. But as far as the position itself, it is absolutely a transitional position. I do have some concerns, and one of my concerns is something that I've ran into lately. And it's being people they feel like, one guy told me that he felt like the manager of the department would be intimidated by me, which I'm not used to that. I'm not used to people, being intimidated by my experience or whatever. And so that's one of the concerns I have for this position. It is well beneath what I know how to do. And so, sometimes they'll just pass because they just think that you're too seasoned. And so I don't know if that'll happen or not, but, I still was like, well, let me just give it a good, let me just apply for it. But I think maybe going forward, I think you guys are going to be the only people that I talk to about this kind of stuff. Maybe y'all are my best friend, because what I've noticed is like people, again, like that know me on a personal level, I be feeling like I don't like people who just always feel like they have to settle, and because they've always settled, they expect for you to settle. And so they have this very limited mindset. Of the way that they think is very limited. And I'm a big thinker. I don't care, despite the times and despite the fact that I even know that this could possibly be transitional no matter what. Yeah, but I know that this won't be forever. But I just hate that I call it the color purple syndrome. Like, y'all remember when Celie was just like, trouble don't last always. I don't like that. It's like, it's like they'll convince you to stay in a place that's burning me down. You know what I'm saying? Or I hate that. I cannot stand that, because it's just like, life doesn't have to be like that. Yeah, we're in some different times, we're in some uncertain times, but if you go into something with a plan, you're better off, because at least if you say, okay, you know what, I'm going to take this position, I'm going to stay here for 6 months, I have this financial target that I want to hit, and then I also have this professional development target that I want to hit as well. If you hit those targets or whatever, then you could possibly come out better. But just going into something blind and sitting there until it literally, well, I'm not going to say, I'm just going to say, figuratively speaking, not literally, but figuratively speaking, you sit there until the shit burns down, and then you don't know what to do because you didn't make a plan. And so I think for any of the bombshells out there that are considering taking a transitional position, or you have taken one, make a plan for yourself. It could be a 6-month plan, and your 6-month plan can be like, you know what, I'm gonna give myself 6 months, but when I come out of this, I'm gonna be $8,000 richer. I'm gonna have this skill, this skill, this skill, and then I'm gonna go on and do something else. Whatever you have to do so you won't stay stuck, so that 6 months will pass by because you're really working towards something bigger. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I had to tell myself or whatever. So yeah, like I've always hated that. And so it's like sometimes I just don't share things with some people, because I do know, like, people will convince you to stay in bad relationships or convince you to settle, because that's what they've always done. They look at everything as literally their last ditch effort and option. And I don't look at myself like that. I don't look at myself like I'm never going to meet another guy, or I'm never going to get another job, or whatever it is that I want. The only reason why I'm even entertaining the thing of going back into corporate America is because those tariffs, they really have impacted me. And I think that if I would have been, a little bit bigger of an influencer and had, developed bigger relationships with brands in the US, things may have been a little bit better. But shit, we don't know. I don't know. I can't say what would have been what. But yeah, and so yeah, girl, I've just had a lot, to think about. It's been a lot on my mind. And it's like today, when I hung out with you guys, when we were in the conference room, I just was sitting there thinking like, damn, oh, like, I know that you can go through heartbreak when you like are in a relationship or when a friendship breaks up. Like I've had heartbreak from a friendship not working out because I'm used to my friendships working out. I'm the kind of girl, once we become friends, we friends for life. And so I've been through a friendship heartbreak. It, broke my heart. I've been through a relationship heartbreak. And I've been through heartbreak of, getting laid off from one of my favorite company. Even heartbreak from no longer driving Uber, guys. Uber was like my best job. Not my, okay, it was the most fun job. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, man, I miss driving Uber. That was like the most fun and the best job I have ever had. And I don't know, people might not even consider it a job, but it really was. It was like, man, it was the best. It's just the best job I ever had. And who would have ever thought? But anyway, so I just know, like, with heartbreak now, I understand that it can come in different forms. And I think in these last couple of vlogs, I've really been developing and just trying to get in touch with what I'm feeling. And so what I can say is that I am grieving the loss of something that I really enjoyed. Also, the potential loss of my car. It's just like I'm grieving those things. And then also just understanding that life can break your heart. That's the thing I learned today. So when they be like, oh, you never stop learning, whoever said that is absolutely right. But girl, life can break your heart. And I am going through a life heartbreak. And sometimes I think like it's the thing of dreams unrecognized or dreams. Is it dreams unrecognized? It's something like that. Like, okay, not unrecognized, unrealized. That's what it is. Dreams unrealized. And so I think that's what it is, feeling like I had all of these dreams and stuff. And even though I can go on with my life, I'd have to do something that I don't want to do to make those dreams come true. You know what I'm saying? I had so many hopes and dreams for what I wanted my channel to be and my content to be. And, it just ended up being just a channel of just truth and honesty. If nothing else, we in the Bombshell Network, guys, we are truth tellers. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I just think that is going to be the direction that content is going to go in. I think that with consumerism winding down, people are not buying as much. People aren't even buying snacks as much. I read a report that sales of like Coca-Cola, chips, and just overall snacks are down. People are not snacking anymore. I'm warming up me something to eat. So that's what that beep is. But anyway, and I'm gonna be honest, even when I submitted my order through Instacart, I didn't buy any snacks. You know what I'm saying? I didn't buy any snacks because, right now I know I'm not in the happiest place, and I know I'm in a very vulnerable spot of where if I lay around and sleep and eat and sleep, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna gain weight. And I don't want to gain weight out of depression. Like, if I can get up and at least eat healthy while going through this, I will try to do so. So yeah, girl, it's just life comes at you fast, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what I'm going through. But yeah, like, if there is anyone out there that's ever experienced heartbreak just from life, put it in the comment section, because it's something absolutely new to me. And also, if there is anyone out there that had to start over a little bit later in life than you anticipated, if you don't mind putting it in the comment section and just like letting me know what you did, because I'm like, these are murky waters that your girl is trying to navigate. It's murky waters, and I could say it's new territory to a degree, So anyway, I just wanted to come back and say that to you girls. I'm gonna eat my dinner. I'm gonna eat that. I know it's late, but this is my first time getting a chance to like eat anything since earlier today. So I'm gonna eat that, and then maybe I'll edit a little bit, and after I edit a little bit, I'll come back and we'll just hang out.
Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you in my life. Every time I try to go, something keeps pulling me back. Everything's gonna be alright.